Hey, Mike.
What's up?
I think it's about time we do another one of those movie reviews.
What kind of movie do you want to watch?
How about an action movie?
Dude, I think I know just the one. Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, before we start this, let's get something out of the way. This movie is not for kids.
No.
Alright, now that we've gotten that out of the way, Shoot 'Em Up was released in 2007, starring Clive Owen, Monica Bellucci, and Paul Giamatti. It was labeled as an action movie with dark comedy.
And man, does it ever live up to that.
Oh yeah, it's got everything you'd expect from an action movie.
It's got over-the-top gunfights.
Bad puns that relate to the fight.
Eat your vegetables.
A hero with physics-defying abilities.
Memorable villains.
Oh, you're a wascally wabbit.
It's got it all.
Let's see what makes this movie such a success.
The movie starts off with our protagonist, Smith, sitting on a bench eating a carrot.
He's minding his own business when he sees a pregnant lady being chased by a guy with a gun.
At which point he has no choice but to intervene.
Looks like you are shit out of luck, beautiful. Now I'm gonna give you your C-section.
You son of a bitch! Eat your vegetables.
And that basically sets the tone for the rest of the movie.
Oh yeah. Within no time at all, Smith is helping the woman deliver her baby while shooting random dudes who want her dead for some reason.
This movie does not pull its punches at all.
No, it doesn't.
After delivering the baby and putting him and his mother somewhere safe, Smith meets the villain of the film.
Paul Giamatti as Carl Hertz.
Smith manages to steal Hertz's gun and tries to figure out why these people are after the woman and her baby.
Unfortunately for Smith, the gun is fingerprint locked, and thus he cannot use it to shoot.
He can, however, still use it to smack a bitch.
Smith takes the woman and her baby up a stairwell, only to find that the woman has been shot in the head.
Despite just wanting to run away, Smith takes the baby and continues to protect it.
The bad guys corner him on a rooftop, but he manages to send them a very heartfelt message during his escape.
To which Hertz responds with another message of his own.
Duh!
After escaping, Smith finds himself now responsible for a baby that he had no intention of having.
Wasn't that a summary for an episode of Jerry?
I don't think any episode went quite like that.
Well, no, but ooh. Actually, imagine if it was.
Coming up on a special episode of Jerry, I saved a baby from a horde of angry gunmen.
That would be really weird.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
While trying to figure out what to do with the baby, Smith realizes he's being followed.
He attempts to hide in a bathroom to surprise the gunman, but... Ew.
So, with no other option, he decides to make clever use of the baby care table and clean off the gun.
Cleaning it just in time to... not fire. Smooth.
This means he and the guy in the suit fight it out.
Smith wins and runs off with the baby.
Realizing that this baby may be more trouble than he can handle, he attempts to leave it at a park where someone can find it. But...
My God, look at this! Someone left a baby!
Hertz lines up his sniper scope and prepares to shoot the baby.
But Smith manages to throw off his shot by spinning the roundabout with bullets, in a scene that, while awesome, makes physics cry.
Once again, Smith gets away with the baby, much to Hertz's dismay.
Fuck me sideways.
He heads to what appears to be a nearby cathedral.
Welcome back, Mr. Smith.
Where's Quintana?
Wait, Smith, Mistress Dawn is with a customer.
If that's a cathedral, I have got to start going to church.
There, he meets Donna Quintano, a.k.a. DQ.
Suddenly I have a craving for ice cream. What?
Smith tries to convince her to take the baby, but she wants nothing to do with it.
For all I know, you snatched the kid. I don't want to be an accessory for kidnapping.
Elsewhere, we see Hertz's crew digging a hole to hide the mother's body.
While inside the car, Hertz is getting his creep on. Ew.
Thanks to his creeping skills, he realizes that the baby needs food and tells his men to
find me every wet nurse, lactating hooker, and mammary on tap in the city.
This allows him to quickly find Donna.
Wait, no, hold on. How the hell does he know that Smith is going to be with this lady? He could have gone anywhere to feed that baby.
Oh, they actually explain that.
He sees things we don't. He was once an FBI profiler.
Forensic behavior consultant.
Huh. Hertz attempts to interrogate Donna, but Smith shows up just in time to save her moneymaker.
Really?
Yep.
You're awful.
I know, right? Due to his interrogation techniques, Hertz is out of bullets.
And Smith used the last of his bullets to kill the guys in the hallway.
Fortunately, he managed to get a gun from one of the guys that he killed.
Yeah, but the gun has one of those fingerprint sensors.
But Smith finds a workaround for that.
Nothing like a good hand job.
With Hertz taken care of, Smith and Donna leave, steal a car, and head to Smith's place.
Maybe I should take the baby to the police.
No, you'd never make it. They'll be watching all the precincts. Probably got some of the boys in blue on payola too.
Classy.
There, they have some romantic dialogue and discover that the baby really likes death metal.
Huh. That's odd.
But, as it turns out, Hertz isn't dead.
And, using his mad profiler skills, he's quickly able to track the two down. This time, bringing at least 50 gunmen as backup.
You can probably guess what happens next.
My God, do we really suck? Or is this guy really that good?
On the run, once again, they try to figure out more about the baby.
Realizing that the baby's love of death metal must be related to where his mother lived during her pregnancy, they decide to investigate a nearby death metal club.
Wow. Either they found the place, or death metal's a lot kinkier than I remember.
Upstairs, they discover the remains of what used to be a highly guarded baby factory. And oh hey, it's the suit guy again.
They manage to sneak past him and investigate the facility further.
Smith deduces what's going on in a very well done exposition dump.
The ice cream is melting.
What?
I thought donor sperm was your department. These freezers are full of samples. There seems to be only one donor, and a generous one at that. This is bone marrow blood. It must be for some kind of cure. It's hard to find marrow that matches that of the recipient. The odds are much better if the donor marrow shares the same DNA with the person receiving it.
You mean these people were harvesting babies for some guy's bone marrow transplant?
Exactly. And somebody wanted to make sure he didn't get it.
They get caught, but they manage to escape using this movie's second carrot-related kill.
Smith and Donna head to an unnamed hotel and prepare for the next day.
And by prepare for the next day, he means have wild sex.
Well, yeah.
They start going at it, but, well, here comes the scene that proves that really no matter what you do for the rest of your life, you'll never be as badass as this guy.
That's right. He has a gunfight while getting laid without ever so much as stopping to pull out.
Damn!
Smith realizes that these assassins have been using a model of gun that wasn't supposed to be released for another 6 months.
This means that Hammerson, the company that makes those guns, must be in on the plot.
Finally knowing where he has to go, Smith decides to hide Donna and the baby in one place that he knows they'll be safe.
A tank.
Yeah, at this point, that doesn't really seem like overkill.
That makes sense.
With that done, Smith heads to Hammerson to get some answers.
When he gets there, he overhears Hertz and his boss talking about the job.
They realize Smith is there, which of course leads to another epic gunfight.
God damn it, Smith!
With all the information he's gained, Smith is finally able to piece it all together.
He realizes that the person who needs the bone marrow must be the presidential candidate who is trying to enact strict gun control laws.
Hammerson wants the baby dead to ensure that the senator can't get the treatment he needs to survive.
Knowing the situation isn't safe, Smith tells Donna to take the baby and prepare to head out of town without him if he doesn't make it back in time.
Smith sets up a meeting with the senator to talk about giving him his baby.
All seems well until he notices the senator has dog hair on his lap that is identical to Hammerson's dog.
You know what I hate most? The liar.
Turns out the senator made a deal with Hammerson to hand over Smith and drop his pro-gun control policies in return for the baby and his life.
Smith seems to take it pretty well.
And then he jumps out of a plane.
And we get to see yet another of this movie's insane gun battles.
Unfortunately, during the awesome skydiving gunfight, Smith gets injured and has to go lie down.
This allows Hertz to find and capture him.
Hertz takes Smith to Hammerson's house and proceeds to torture him for information about the woman and the baby. Despite the senator's death, they still want them dead.
Smith refuses to tell them anything as they start breaking his fingers.
Realizing the finger-breaking route isn't working, Hertz prepares to cut out Smith's eyes.
But Smith fights back in one of the oddest ways possible, by impaling his hand on the blade and using it to stab people in the face.
Smith manages to break free, but with his hands injured, he can't get a straight shot at Hertz.
Smith tries to escape, but he collapses by the fireplace.
Hertz, feeling victorious, starts to gloat and taunt Smith.
But Smith has one more trick up his sleeve. By putting the bullets between his fingers and sticking his hand in the fireplace, he's able to shoot Hertz.
You know, as much as I love this scene, I do have to admit, from a physics standpoint, it makes no sense.
True, and actually somebody's already covered that. But at this point it doesn't really matter. The movie's fun enough that I think it's earned this bit of physics-defying movie magic.
Fair enough.
Hertz isn't dead yet, though, and the two struggle to get one final shot off.
Smith wins, blowing up Hertz's chest cavity in another bit of movie magic.
With the bad guys defeated and everything back to the way it should be, Smith is reunited with Donna and they live happily ever after.
And by that he means he shoots up some dudes who attempt to rob a Dairy Queen.
Yep.
And that's Shoot 'em Up.
If you're not a fan of action movies and gunfights, this movie is probably not for you.
But if you are, this movie's fun, full of action, and over the top. The movie has some ridiculous levels of violence, but it never gets into the gore-fest levels of the later Saw movies or the Kill Bill franchise. It's got some excellent choreography, with each scene topping the last in an ever-growing cacophony of action. And just when you think it can't possibly get better than the last scene, it steps it up a notch.
And the characters are pretty good too. Every one of the main characters feels like a person with their own wants, desires, and motivations, and not like cardboard cutouts like you might find in some other action movies.
The hero and the villain have a particularly great chemistry. Paul Giamatti plays this villain who's this wonderful mix of charisma and slime. Charismatic enough to make you care, but slimy enough to make sure you're rooting for the hero.
He's also a great match for Smith. He may not be as skilled with guns, but he's got enough intellect and disposable grunts to be a constant threat.
Oh yeah, and another thing I love about this movie, despite being an action movie, it still has a fantastic plot that'll keep you guessing all the way through.
Definitely. Which is impressive, because a lot of action movies feel like they're a bunch of battles strung together by the magic of plot convenience.
There are a lot of reasons why this movie works, but in summary, just go see this movie. Next!